Hello, welcome to Home Sweet Halverson. I'm Robin.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're back. Welcome to the porch. Yeah. We've had a lot of conversations about our back porch, and as we come back into shooting and sharing our story with you guys, we thought, man, what better way than to invite you to the back porch. This is where we hang out with our friends and our family and have some of the best conversations. And so we thought this year, as we get into Home Sweet Halverson, this is the backdrop that we wanted. So if you're picturing us hanging out on our back porch on our property, this is it. This is what it looks like, and we love it.
Yeah, this is my favorite room of the house.
I think so too.
It's outside of the house. We can use it 9 months out of the year, so it's fantastic. But like you said, we have a lot of conversations, hard conversations.
Yeah.
Easy conversations, fun conversations, conversations with friends. So really happy to have you here with us.
Yeah. So let's talk about where we've been. It's been about a year.
Yeah. We said that we would be sending out some more episodes at the very end or the very beginning of 2025.
It was January, yeah.
Yeah, and it just got absolutely nuts. And so a lot happened, and we are so glad to be back. And one thing I will mention before we get into serious stuff is we got these brand new mics.
Hey.
So this is what I got for Christmas.
Hey-o.
I don't even know if you can see them.
No, they're amazing.
Yeah. So we're not sitting in front of a table with big bulky mics anymore. So technology has come a long way. So what do you have for us?
Well, tell everybody about our year. I think just what is it, in my mind, I'm thinking that everybody needs to know, like, what caused us to step away.
Oh my gosh.
I think there was a lot of things professionally and for both of us. But I think if you want to share a little bit about that, and then I'll share a little bit and kind of give a little bit of a recap, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, so first thing is that I was studying for the Series 66 licensure, which allows you to make recommendations as a financial professional. That's as far as I'll go into it. So we had that at the beginning of the year, and we got that done in May. And then we had multiple surgeries in our family this year. It was kind of wild.
Yeah.
One was really unexpected. I had 2 heart procedures,
which I think we talked about in our last episode.
That it was coming up. And then Shiloh had 1 expected one and 1 unexpected one, and we'll talk more about that. And then my dad had a huge surgery that he's recovering nicely from. So that was the second half of our year, but the first half was, I think, basically professional development. If you were in HR, that's what you'd call it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And I am so pleased that this year I have been able to transition into high school teaching. Yeah. So now I'm over my own pathway, and not essentially a department per se, but I don't want to give too many details about personal life and things like that. But I'm carrying a lot more responsibility, and so it's just been that adjustment, because we kept thinking, okay, we'll do it in the summer and we'll get started again in the fall, and we just started realizing, oh my goodness, we have no more margin for anything else, and that's something that I think is commentary on the life of families with special needs. You already have a low
your plate is full.
Margin. Yeah, and so then when anything else is added, it oftentimes you just don't have any time for anything that might be extracurricular. And so for us, that was podcasting, and we just had to let it go. But this year we're planning to be back, and we're very excited to be back. But I thought it would be nice to just kind of go through our year, since the good folks out there and in the World Wide Webs they've been not a part of our life this past year. I thought it'd be good to kind of recap. Yeah. So what do you think, if we were just to start off really easy, what is your best part of 2025, your best memory?
Best memory, I would say, is, gosh, there's so many like little ones where, like, New Year's Eve was awesome last night. We took the kids to a movie.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
We wanted to do this as the new year rolled in,
Yeah.
So
took the kids to go see the David movie. Like, when that comes out, I don't think it's in theaters anymore, or if it is in your area when you're watching this, it was just as good as any really good Disney movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The music was fantastic. The story was
Yeah.
great. And if you're a believer in Christ, it was a really encouraging movie too. So, well, even if you're not a believer in
Hopefully
Christ,
it leads you
very-
towards there, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I'd say there's little moments like that sprinkled throughout the year, but going to Colorado twice this summer,
Mhm.
which is just my dream place, and going there and going on hikes and just going deep into the woods and into the mountains, those moments are so special to me. Those were my favorite moments of this year.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I think there was some really, getting the call that I got the job
That's huge.
at the high school level was a huge thing for me. That's something that from, getting my teaching certification, that was always my goal,
Yeah.
was to get there. And so it's very exciting to
Yeah.
to be here now and really functioning, I feel, at my capacity, or in my strengths. So it's really, really neat. That was a highlight for me. I also think we took the kids to Colorado Springs area this summer, and we got to go to Royal Gorge, and we got to go ride the gondolas. It's accessible. It's such a thing for us when we travel. We have to research extensively as a family and figure out what can we do that will be accessible. And I think that's one of the reasons why we love Colorado so much, is because we have a lot more opportunity. Gabby is really wanting to go to the beach this summer, and so
Killing us.
it's killing us because it's so. If you're a family with wheelchairs in your life, you know that the beach is not accessible, and it is very difficult and challenging. And
We're
we're
having
even
to order special
beach chairs, yeah.
beach wheelchairs.
Yeah,
going in the
but-
water.
But we're excited. I mean, we're having to do all that research now. It's January, and we're having to think, okay, what is that going to look like when we go to the
we
beach?
have to order those chairs.
Yeah.
And they're a few grand a piece.
Yes.
And so
yes.
You have to wait for those to get to you, and you have to order them way ahead. So
Yeah.
that's one thing, like you're saying. Everything that we do, we have to
Yeah.
look at way ahead of time.
Yeah.
And we have to, like, I'll be on Google Maps looking at the streets and the roads to the beach to make sure that we can actually do it, and finding a place that is, if you know anything about Galveston or anything about the beaches, but especially Galveston area, everything is up on stilts, so you have to find a house with either a giant ramp or an elevator. So when you put that into Airbnb, like step-free
like nothing,
access, it goes from 1,000 homes to 6. And you're
And they're always the most expensive. So you have to
They
think
have an
about that too.
elevator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the elevator. So we did get one with an elevator. Good
Yes.
for you.
Like
Good
you
for
were
us.
saying,
But anyway.
to the beach.
Yeah, so one of my highlights for us was when we went to Royal Gorge, because the gondolas are accessible.
Tell them what a gondola is.
Okay,
in
so
case
a
they don't know.
gondola is like, I don't know if you can see the string lights. The string lights that we have above us, it's similar. But it's like a little string stretched across this massive canyon,
Cable.
1,000 feet
Drop.
above.
Yeah, to the
yeah,
bottom.
to the bottom of in the Colorado rivers,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's
Or is the Arkansas River?
Arkansas River.
I think it's the Arkansas River.
We just
so,
pointed at each other like we're old people.
well, we literally are. We're sitting on our porch. That's what we do. But the gondola is stretching, and it just hangs and it swings, and you go across in this swinging gondola. But it's accessible, and the girls were able to get on, and it was scary. I mean, there were some scary moments. It's all glass enclosed. I don't know if you can throw in a picture. It might be nice.
I will.
But it's all glass enclosed, and it was so fun for the girls. It was Gabby's, like, we asked her what was the highlight of your year last year, and Gabby said it was the gondolas, I think. That and the pumpkin patch, which is so cute. I don't know, the phenomenon of pumpkin patches.
I've run the same one for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
Same turkeys.
but they love it.
Our dogs are around here too.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was, so those were my highlights. Yeah, it was wonderful. So let's talk about some of the challenges. There were a lot in 2025. You want to start?
Yeah, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Judah and I, our youngest son, who's unaffected by SMA. We were supposed to go on a camping trip, and huge storm came through, so we had to switch gears, and we went to a little place called Great Wolf Lodge. It's here in the Dallas-Fort
Dun
Worth
dun
area.
dun dun dun.
And it's got an indoor water park, and it's great if you love bacteria-filled places that smell like chlorine and take all of your money.
Yep.
But it was an okay experience. It was more about, we were with some friends. Shout out to Zane and his boys. We had a great time with them, but we got a call from Robin like halfway through our weekend. It was like one night.
Mm-hmm.
But Robin called and said, hey, a car pulled out in front of us. No, a car braked really hard in front of us. And
Me and the
Shiloh-
girls were going to get pizza and groceries.
Yeah.
And Shiloh was they were both properly strapped in and everything, but Shiloh's strap broke
Her
as
chest
she
strap.
she fell forward.
Yeah.
And she essentially fell out of her chair, which broke her hip. And we did not know at the time that her hip was broken. We thought, oh man, it's a really bad muscle strain. But she fell out of her chair so bad because I immediately pulled over, and it was just me in the car with the two girls. I pull over, I go and I fix her. She's crying. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. And we had a rough night that night. But she was such a trooper and got through it. But that was Saturday night. And Sunday, Jordan and Judah came home, and we were like, okay, well, what's going on? Let's see if we can figure out. By Monday, it was so bad that Jordan had to take off work, and you had to take her to the ER.
We had to go to the ER,
Yeah.
and just to transfer onto the bed for the X-ray
X-ray.
was, you hate seeing your kids in pain, but it was like
So
about the worst that
significant.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so we transfer, and they've got to come up with better ways to do that. For someone in a power chair or a wheelchair, they're like, okay, you need to pick her up under where her possible broken hip is, or femur, and transfer over to this bed so we can, on a hard board, so we can X-ray her. It's kind of stupid. I think there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
So if you're in that industry, come up with something better. But we did get that, and they came in about 10 minutes later and were like, we're sorry, she has a hip fracture, her femur is snapped. And so it was like, oh my gosh. She also had a planned elective spinal fusion in July. So she was just
Healing.
recovering from that at the end of October. She's kind of coming back to that and feeling normal again, and then this happened. So that was a huge challenge last year.
And we
really,
both, I'm so
yeah.
grateful our jobs just rallied, because we both had to take off an entire week.
Yeah, full week.
And yeah, that was a
In
lot.
the meantime, in early October, I had to have a heart procedure. I think I've gone through this, but I'll just say it really quick. One time, I didn't have a pulmonary valve for all of my life. So 42 years, so they had to do two procedures, one to go in and see if it would fit, or if it would malfunction, and that was early October. And then at the time where we were in the hospital with Shiloh with the fractured hip was when I was supposed to go in, and they were going to put the valve in. And we were like, guys, we cannot do it right now. And they said, okay, you can do early December. And that's what we did. Early December, I got my pulmonary valve.
Yeah.
And that's about 3 weeks ago now, a little over 3 weeks ago. And I'm starting to feel normal again. I couldn't lift for 2 weeks after each one of those procedures, so Robin had to do all of the transfers.
Which which may need a little bit of clarification. If you don't know what it's like to have a child with SMA, or a child in a wheelchair of any capacity, or a person in your life, most of the time those people cannot transfer themselves. Sometimes they can, means pick up and go to another place or something like that. Our girls are dependent upon us for that. So for toileting, for going to sleep at night, for adjusting anything, going to any other position, they need assistance. And so, yeah, it was a lot, but I'm not
Talking
gonna.
about it is reminding me.
It's a lot, yeah. But the Lord got us through, and I told Jordan, because we were talking about all the things this year. We're just recapping last night as we're about to enter into the new year. And
Yes.
yeah, hey, say hey, Gus. Woof. He's my big boy. Yeah, she's sitting on her perch. But yeah, so we were talking last night, and we were talking about how much we've gone through, and I don't know. I came to the realization that sometimes you cannot be prepared. No matter how much you want to prepare, you cannot be
You set
prepared for what's
boundaries or
happening.
Parameters.
Yeah,
or
trying to
precautions.
preserve or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You just literally have to run into it and just start tumbling down the hill. And that's kind of what this past couple of months has felt like.
Right.
So I woke up this morning so excited for the new year because I felt like, man, okay, we did all the hard things this last year and the Lord still blessed us and he is still good in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to hopefully not having to do as many hard things. I know there is, as we advance and as we grow as human beings, there's always hard things
Right.
that we have to encounter.
But not elective hard things. Like we had a planned spinal fusion and 2 planned heart
Yeah,
procedures.
yeah, we don't have that.
this year.
We do have the beach.
We do
Maybe that'll be the extent of it.
the hardship of the beach.
We're just kind of hoping that maybe she'll say, because Gabby's been wanting to do the beach for a long time, but we're hoping, because the other two are like, yeah, let's go to the mountains. We love the mountains. Well, that's what we're hoping. Gabby will kind of get peer pressured in, but we don't know. Okay. So I'm looking down. Okay, so let's talk funny. What was your funniest moment of 2025, if you can think of it?
Gosh, I don't know. Funny. I was trying to think. Like I had a lot of fun.
Okay, well, I got one. Let me go
Okay,
through it.
Yeah.
I'm interrupting you. Did you have something you were going to say?
No. I'm happy to hear yours. I'm sure I had lots of fun, but I can't think of funny. But I've been working on this for 48 hours. I cannot come up with anything funny.
Okay, so one of my favorite things that we did this year, literally the day after we got out of school, Jordan and I boarded a plane with 2 of our best friends, Eric and Lacey, who have been on the podcast with us a couple of times, and we went to Colorado, to northern Colorado, Rocky Mountain National Park, and we did lots of different things. Well, we did lots of different things, but one of the things that we did was whitewater rafting. And we were going down the Colorado River, and Jordan has to relieve himself, number one.
Yeah.
And
pee. Okay.
yeah, pee.
And Jordan had to relieve himself.
I'm trying to be proper about it. But the guide goes, he goes, well, you could just step out of the raft right here and you could go walk over there and relieve yourself. And so I have a picture. I don't know if I can find it, but I'll see if I can dredge it up.
We will find it and we will put it in.
Okay.
Even if we have to text Lacey for it.
We have a picture.
Which is weird that everybody was there.
Everybody was there and you're just peeing.
Everybody in the boat saw the
You're like,
back
I
of
gotta
me.
go, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the joy of being a boy. Girls can't do that.
That's true.
It's
That's
just sad. But no, he just went over and he peed in the Colorado River. How was it?
Oh, it was glorious. I just remember standing there going, this is freedom. And
then immediately after, we go around a curve and we see.
Oh, yes. Also, well, I was going to say, while it was peeing, the Star Spangled Banner was playing in my head.
And
I was
then
looking into the majesty.
Yes.
And then we went around the corner, through a canyon, and there is an eagle's nest.
a bald
A
eagle.
bald eagle. The thing is like, their nests are huge. They're like a
It's
barrel.
as big as Gus, probably.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
It was massive, but it was so majestic. So I'm like, I went from peeing in the river, and then there's an eagle, and then later, me and Eric jumped into the Colorado River. And it was probably 65 degrees or something. It was cold to me, and we just kind of swam a little bit until we got to a shallow part, and then threw ourselves back in the boat. I remember feeling like a beached whale throwing myself back in. I think I even was like, "Ooh," as I jumped back in, and there was plankton in my mouth. But it was so fun. Like, it felt so amazing to do that. But yes, that was a very funny moment, me having to step out and pee in the middle of the Colorado River. Golly, I love America. Yeah,
I do too.
that was good.
John Denver played and
Yeah.
all the things.
He
Gee,
played so
he
much
led
John
such
Denver.
a sad life. We were listening to John Denver Christmas, and he has this song that's Papa Don't Get Drunk on Christmas. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's not a funny song.
No. We're going to create our own playlist,
Yeah.
add in the ones that we like.
Yeah.
So do you have a funny moment?
Oh, everything's funny. Gosh, I was trying to think of like a moment that really, I don't have one. But if one comes to me during our filming here, then I will let you know.
I wrote down the protest moments. What was I meaning in that? I'm looking at notes here. The protest moments?
We're protesting the Lord's hand on our lives. I don't know. That sounds very deep and prophetic.
I don't know. Okay, let's go to something else. What was our best moment as a couple?
Oh man, best moment as a couple, I would say, didn't we have a hike where we got to go alone on that trip to Grand Lake, where you and I just got to go?
We didn't. Well, we went up to the
Trail Ridge Road.
The Continental Divide.
Yes, because didn't they open it? Oh, they opened it the last day.
Yeah, the very last day.
Yeah,
we
went up there and we couldn't. The thing was, we went so early in June or at the end of May that there's this road that goes from one side of Rocky Mountain National Park to the other side. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you, just tune out right now. But it was closed because of weather and snow, and so we could only go a certain distance. But we loved that road so much, so we went as high as we could together. And we listened to John Denver, and we went as high as we could, and we just looked over the valleys that we could see in the mountains, and I loved that moment. That was a wonderful moment.
That was a wonderful moment.
Yeah. And anytime we go to Bob's Steakhouse is a wonderful moment together.
Oh, yeah.
We got to
What
go
was
to
the best
twice this
Bob's?
year. The best Bob's this year?
Anniversary Bob's?
Anniversary Bob's was good.
Anniversary Bob's? Christmas Bob's?
Until I dropped a glass.
Oh, yeah, you
At
did
the
that.
end
That was a
of
funny
dinner.
moment.
That was
There
gonna
you
say
go.
Yeah, so we're leaving, and I'm like,
So
I'm gonna
for us, I mean, some people go, I don't like Bob's. We have not, in our marriage, we didn't do a lot of fancy steakhouse places early on.
Yeah.
But we ended up going, we tried to remember how many years ago we found Bob's. We've tried other fancy
friend worked there.
steakhouses.
Albert
Yeah.
worked there.
There was
out
at
to
least, shout out to Albert. He's awesome. Yeah. But, yeah, we went, and it was phenomenal. It's just a great, just pure experience of
Bob's
steak and
commercial.
taters. Yeah, it's just so good. But yeah, we love to go to
I
Bob's.
was getting up to leave, and I was like, I want one more drink of water. And the glass was sweating because it's September in Texas, and everything is still hot. And as I pick it up, I take a drink, and then it slips out of my hand onto the floor and shatters in front of everybody in the restaurant. And I was so embarrassed. But I get down, and I'm going to help clean this up. And they're like, sir. In their tuxedos, sir, we got it. You go ahead.
They're
like,
ushering us out.
Yeah, I'm gonna help. And they were like, no, you're a huge liability. They didn't say that, but I could feel
You were.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, I was really embarrassed. But
Yeah.
anyways, what else you got?
Okay. As a couple, you think the driving up the mountain was one of our best
fun.
moments?
I'm sitting here and I'm like, so much happened this year. I was looking through like our photos because a lot of times that's how I remember what happened this year. I think that was one of our best moments. When we go on vacation with the kids, it's all hands on deck. And when we went to Colorado this year, Gabby was still sick, and so there's some rednecks in the background.
The cars.
With their cars.
Brrr.
Now it's raining. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is porch life, though.
Yeah.
We're all hands on deck, so we're doing treatments, we're getting everybody up, we're doing all the transfers, all the stuff we talked about. But in those moments, on those trips, we don't have a lot of time where it's just you and I.
Yeah.
But on that trip that we took earlier, just being together, just for that brief moment in time, maybe an hour or whatever, it was so good.
Yeah.
Being in our favorite place together, and I'm sure a lot of couples can relate to that. You have your favorite place, your favorite music, and maybe your favorite drink, and you're just hanging out.
I'm gonna go a little opposite of that. I think, like we recently had a really challenging discussion that lasted a couple of days, and we had to work through some deeper things and some bigger things, and just get really real with each other. And it's so hard because you want to remember the mountaintop moments.
Yeah.
But I think that the valley moments as a couple where we're working through and it's like this like recommitting moment. Like for me, those are some of the best too, because I think, we both, it's like you're in the fire of, there's a Lord of the Rings moment. Okay, don't get too excited. Sorry about the train. Oh my gosh.
I'm getting hot.
I know. So it's like Sam and Frodo in the fires of Mordor, and they're just like, I'm with you, and I love you, Sam, and I love you, Frodo, and that's kind of what I felt like.
I remember getting that gay.
Over the last couple of days. Well, I just feel like we.
Kiss me, Frodo.
It was never like that. It was like, I love you because you're my friend.
You're right. I know.
But we can kiss. That's okay. Sorry, but yeah, no, I think that was one of our best moments, because I think that we grew. I think we always talk, and we'll have some episodes where we talk about just our marriage and kind of just some of the things that we've learned in almost 15 years of marriage now. But come on, let's go. There we go. But I think one of the biggest things that we learn, what I've learned, is that when we work through hard things and we have arguments, we have disagreements, and we are pushing through to find connection, it grows us and it deepens our relationship. And I think we have to go through that stuff. You have to go through the fire in order to get stronger. It's just like, lifting weights. You have to go through the hard things and lift the weight that hurts in order to build muscle and continue to get stronger. So I think those are our best moments as a couple. I'm just thinking of the one recently, but I'm sure we've had multiples over the year as that happens, because you do have to, what does the word talk about? Ironing sharpens iron. And
not ironing.
Iron.
Ironing sharpens iron.
Stop it.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work through that stuff, then it can just fester below and then never get resolved, right?
Yeah.
And then space grows in between and doesn't get great.
Yeah.
It stays bad. But what I was going to say, what?
That was deep. It stays bad.
Stays bad? It's terrible.
Okay.
What I mean is that it festers and it either gets worse or it never gets any better. So if you don't push through those hard conversations and really talk about the ugly stuff and the hard stuff, then you will not grow as a couple.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the difference between a couple that just lives together as partners after 20 or 30 years and doesn't have a romantic relationship.
I think we've said we never want to be there.
No, I know, but I'm saying that there are couples, especially in the older generations, that are like, well, we've been together for 50 years. Yeah, well, you haven't had sex in 20 years, so, sorry.
No, it's it's a warning to us. It's like, hey, we don't want to be there. And of course, we have the safeguards too. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We know that.
Well,
so
that
we
intimacy.
Hash it out.
Yeah, it's not just the physical intimacy, but the intimacy of a relationship. It stops, for lack of a better word. That's my bad word there, but it stops when you don't continue to work in dig in the relationship. And so, anyway, so those are.
Complacency kills a lot of things.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And as we get older, I'm starting to realize that's. I never used to understand how people could become complacent, because in your 20s, the world is your oyster. Those kids, yes. Anyway, whatever. That's the story that they don't know, that people don't know. But the world is your oyster, and you think that you can just go out and be this, whatever you want to be. And as you start to get the house and you start to have the kids and you have the marriage and all the things, you just start to go into the routine. And I think you can easily become someone who's just is, and is just kind of a bitter soul, or you can be somebody that's going to fight for the marrow of life.
Ooh, I like the marrow.
Oh, I recently watched
That must be a tattoo you get, like right here.
the marrow. No,
Fight
gosh.
for the marrow of life.
Well, I recently watched Dead Poets Society, and that's a part of their mantra, even though it's kind of a sad movie. But anyway,
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Anyway, okay. So,
let me just add something there. I think in all the difficult stuff that we've gone through the years, I think it's learning also. It's important to learn to be content in those hard times. And I know it's so easy to say on the other side. but it's just like, okay, I'm going to do this today. Here's what's going to happen today, and here I am going to survive. I'm going to thrive in this moment, even though it's challenging and difficult. It's not the end of the world. And I think leaning in to your spouse and finding that with them, and then leaning, of course, into the Lord and knowing that He is always with you, even when things are challenging. He's right there with you. Like, just to go back to our mountain and valley, in the valleys, He's with us. In the ER, He's with us. And at the literal mountaintop, He's with us too.
We watch. Sorry, I'm going to keep going into this. I guess this is a good place we need to be today. But we watched the David movie, like Jordan said, last night. And something you don't realize when David kills Goliath, you don't realize that he was like 16, 17 years. I mean, he wasn't very old. He was very small. He only grabbed stones from the river and he went. And he said, I trust in the Lord. And whatever the exact quote of the scripture is.
We can put it on the screen.
I can't remember, yeah. I'm trying to remember. But he trusts in the Lord. And I mean, thinking about this massive giant, this, Nephilim, if you will, but this massive person, and he is, it would have been terrifying to even the greatest soldier. Yeah. And yet here he is, and he has no idea. That guy could slit his throat and he could be dead in a second. But he is going to trust the Lord. And I think that's the thing that we seek to do in our life, and we do it well sometimes and we don't do it well sometimes. We want to trust as we walk with Him, go, you know what, He's behind me, He's with me. He's got this. I'm going to take this leap of faith. I'm going to take this new position or take this licensing, or I'm going to take a new job at this school with all of this responsibility. I'm going to trust that He is in it and that He's with me because I'm His child. So anyway, it's incredible, the unseen part of faith that you really don't think of when you're on the other side of it. You don't realize what just actually walking one foot in front of the other really is.
Right.
It is faith.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, along those lines, what have we learned as a family in 2025 as a result of having differently able children?
I guess I probably already said it early. Being content in all situations and all circumstances. I don't have it down pat, but I would say that knowing that His hand is on my life, on my wife's life, on my kids' life, He is for us and He's not against us. And if you keep that in mind, even when it's harder to believe, just keep it in your mind and know that when you look back over the year, you can see His hand on your life.
Yeah.
In every move, in every situation that happens. I mean, one example I can think of, and this is probably my dad's story to tell, but since he's not here, I'm going to tell it, is he had a horrible car accident 2 or 3 years ago, and they found all sorts of stuff that was going on internally completely unrelated to that. And I'm not saying that God got him into the car wreck or caused him to, slam into the back of that dump truck. But what I am saying is what the enemy means for ill for us, the Lord turns into good. And what that turned out to be was, hey, let's do some scans on your organs to see how they're doing. Oh, you've got a growth on this, and you've got something going on over here. So let's start getting you scheduled to get these things taken care of. And these are things that could have taken him out.
Yeah.
So even when things happen that aren't God, they're bad things that happen, God can always turn those around. So that would be my encouragement, what I feel like I've kind of taken out of this year. Even with Shiloh, it's been a challenging year, and we're not on the other side of that. So right now I have the opportunity to go, I'm going to have faith that what happened this year, even though it wasn't great, I have faith that the Lord's going to turn it into something good.
Yes.
So that's what I will stand on, and that's what I'm going to wait on Him for that.
Yeah, that's
because
so
He
good.
always proves true.
He does. I think my thing I learned is that, and I continue to learn, I think I wrestle with it a lot, but I continue to learn that joy is not separate from sorrow. It's intermingled.
Yeah.
We hold it all together. And I think, and there is also joy in sorrow, if that makes sense. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's
It does.
it's almost like in that sorrow or in the place of difficulty, it's almost greater evidence of God sometimes.
Yeah, it's almost like a spring bubbling out.
Yeah.
Within that valley, like when we're at the hospital and I took a shower in her hospital room, and it was like this little cube, and I'm putting towels everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there and we're laughing about it.
You were.
We're sleeping on a twin-size bed, the two of us.
Together?
Yes.
Oh, that's a funny moment.
Golly.
Oh, you should tell that story in the ICU.
Oh yeah, in the ICU, the bed that they give you, I kid you not, is like, I don't know, 3 feet wide. It's as wide as a twin bed. So if you have 2 parents in there that are not hobbits, then it is like you put the sheet over it.
In heart only, we're hobbits.
What?
In heart only, we're
In
hobbits.
heart only, yes. But we're sandwiched on there, and I'm in most. Like one night, I was up against the wall, and I'm just up against a wall on my side. Just.
He hated it. I was not in love with it, but it was okay.
I was a grumpy badger.
You
I was a
were.
grumpy badger.
You were. It's funny.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking. I was literally going to say that was one moment I had when we were sitting in the cafeteria of the hospital and we're eating dinner together, and she, I think, was in surgery at the time, and we're just like, we're laughing and we're there together, and we often will reflect on those moments and say, I wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
That's right.
Because no one else really understands that.
No.
What that feels like when your daughter is going through something and you have absolutely no control over it other than to hand her over and say, I'm going to trust you and I'm going to trust the Lord.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that doctor because he did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
Yeah, I was having trouble finding the scar today.
Yeah.
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 Awesome.
Yeah.
Ready
So
to wrap it up?
I think so. What do you want to do? How do you want to wrap it up?
I don't know. How did we used to do this? I'm a little rusty.
Yeah. Well, I just think, I think we say sayonara to 2025.
Yes.
I think we really should. We like to just. I like it when we pray and end with a blessing. So I'm going to ask you to do that.
Yeah.
I recently have a lot of my my proteges that have told me that they listen, and so I would love for you to just pray like a father's blessing over 2026.
Yeah.
And just as that, because I know there's a lot of people that don't have that, and I think as you're coming into 2026, the thing I've shared with you, I feel like you're coming into a place of maturity and a place of fatherhood more than.
It's about time.
Well, were you about to say the D word? I can see you hesitate.
I almost did.
Well, you've been a father for 11 years, but I think like there's the greater element of fatherhood. Like I am a father to people, to other people that are not actually, in my family and I think you've never fully. I think you have, and I just don't think we've recognized it. But I think that that's a thing that I feel that God's calling you into this year, and
It's really humbling.
yeah. But I think that's something that I'd like. But yeah, as we go into 2026. What's your hope?
Gosh.
What are you taking with you? Oh, that's cute. You already wrote down what you're taking with you. What are you taking into 2026?
What am I taking into 26?
You said New Heart, Whole Foods.
Oh, that's right.
That's how we're doing.
You realize when you whisper the microphone. My microphone's right there.
Dang it!
I'm so glad.
I thought it was there.
It's like a year, so we're a little rusty. Yeah, I have a new heart with a valve. Like, I'm so excited to hike and not have that limitation of no pulmonary valve. I now have a pulmonary valve. So a new heart, and I don't know what happened. Sometime in your 40s, apparently, a health nut gene is flipped. Like, in your DNA, and it turns on, and I've been reading this book called The Biblio Diet, and it's basically diet taken from the Bible, and it's like so eye-opening because it talks about all the food that we do eat that's so poor. This is another podcast, but anyways, taking that like Whole Foods and a new heart and ready to go to freaking Montana this summer and just hike 15 miles and
Which
maybe
is another
wrestle a grizzly
podcast. We
bear.
got to talk about my
Yes.
history, Montana, and all that
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
And specifically, what do you want to make?
What do I want to make? Oh, a bread?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a bread maker, and I'm going to make sourdough.
He and Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And Travis Kelce.
Oh, does he do sourdough?
I'm sure if he's with her.
I watched that documentary on Netflix. It was really good,
I
actually.
did not.
Or no, Disney. It was Disney.
But I believe it was probably a good documentary since you watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm sucking up a little.
I think I'm taking comfortable shoes. This year I
Another gene
invested.
that flips in the 40s.
It is. This year I invested my Christmas money in comfortable shoes. And they're cute, but they're Clark's. And I felt very
on Clark's.
middle-aged going in there and getting that, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm confident in my age and where I'm at.
hot.
Thanks, babe. Thank you. So are you. But yeah, no, I think taking comfortable shoes, I really want to I want to focus in on prayer and the Word and in the Lord more than I did in this last year. We were rolling down the hill this last year, and I want to make sure that we have some anchoring. And I think that I need to dig into that again. I mean, it's like these phases in your life where you kind of slow down that pursuit, and then you go, oh yeah, that's who I am, and I need to pick that back up. And He's always there. He never leaves.
No.
But I think just our focus needs to be, it's like a camera, like you just need to refocus the lens a little bit.
No, it's a great opportunity to do that. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Did Bible in a year last year, listening to it.
Did you?
I got to day 228 out of 365.
Hey, that's
So I
good.
picked it up. I'm still deep in the Old Testament. I won't be in the New Testament till like
Gosh, that's so depressing.
March. No. This is
It's good?
I'm going to do the Bible in 2 years. That's what it should be. Because you can't do it every day. You can't. Some people can. Maybe they can. Probably they can.
Retired people.
A lot of people do. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
where I got to. 228. Fantastic. Looking forward to finishing that. this
Yeah.
year. So I'm going to pray.
Yeah, pray.
All right. Father, thank you for 2025 and all of the stuff that was hard and all the stuff that was awesome, that you were present. And I just thank you for everyone that's under the sound of my voice, Lord, that if they had a great 2025 or a hard 2025 or the worst year of their life, Lord, I thank you that 2026 would be an amazing year for them. And an amazing year, I don't mean a perfect year where everything goes right. A year of growth, a year of maturation, a year of getting to know themselves, getting to know you, and becoming who they are called to be, or becoming closer to who they're called to be. So I just thank you for they wouldn't hate suffering, that they wouldn't hate the tough parts in life, but embrace those and know that you are present in those moments. So I just thank you that you go with us. And for those that do not know you, Lord, I pray that you would show yourself to them, reveal yourself to them in a very real way, an authentic, tangible way, where they can't deny you any longer. And I thank you for all these things. Thank you for 2026. Thank you for 2025. Thank you for everything you're going to do in our lives. We love you and we bless you. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I love you.
I love you too.
And I love you too.
Yeah. We'll be here, I think we're going to shoot for the third week of every month.
Yeah.
So look for us later in this
Good.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 this month again.
Woohoo! All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.